What is up guys, Julien here of Social Vignerons. Welcome back to another wine video. This is episode 36 of the Tasting with Julien series. And I am particularly excited today about today's tasting because I am going to be tasting and reviewing the wines made by one of the most praised, one of the most acclaimed wineries from the Languedoc region in the southern part of France. This producer not only makes one of the best, or what are considered some of the best wines from that area, but it's also been classified, identified by some French wine reviews as well as international wine critics as making some of the very best wines in France. It was actually classified in the top 100 wines from France. So among the Bordeaux and the great Burgundies, I'm talking red wines only, so among the top 100 red wines in France, which doesn't happen very often for the Languedoc-Roussillon. A big part of this is because La Pèira is located in the Terrasses du Larzac, so this is a particular terroir, a little bit more inland, not straight on the coast. It's a bit of a plateau on higher altitude, which benefits from having a bit of a cooler climate, which drives more acidity, more food friendliness, more minerality, and a bit more elegance often into the wines. So this particular wine was recognized by the wine advocate and Robert Parker relatively early on, as early as the end of the years 2000, as being one of the very best in Languedoc. Gary Vaynerchuk as well brought in this wine into the United States at the end of the 2000s. The owner of La Pèira happens to be Robert Dougan, which is a composer, a musician that is known under the name of Robbie D, and he became extremely famous making the soundtrack from the movie, the 99 movie, The Matrix. On top of this, the current winemaker at this estate happens to be a lady, Audrey, with which I studied back when I was studying winemaking in Bordeaux. So loads of things that make me excited about these wines. Small production, so not many wines people have access to these wines. So happy to share this with you today. So this is going to be a two-part tasting series for these wines, because there's about 4 wines. So I'm going to be tasting today. This is Les Obriers de la Peira, the third label, and I'm going to be tasting Las Flors de la Peira. Tomorrow or the day after I will be tasting La Pèira and Matisat by La Pèira. Have I said everything? I think I've covered pretty much everything that you really need to know. Let's get into the wine. So this wine is called Les Obriers de la Peira, and we're looking at 2017 vintage here. This is a wine that retails around $20-25 in the US, maybe a little bit more. Very affordable wine. This is a blend of Carignan and Cinsault, aged in larger wood containers as opposed to the other higher end wines. These ones are aged in wine barrels. So it's got a really delightful, useful red, bright, vibrant but dark color. There are quite the loads of purple hues to it as well. This is a wine with an extremely vibrant and pungent fruity characters. We're talking here of a mixed red berries. There's lots of raspberry and fresh crisp blackberry to the nose. There's some vibrant black pepper, a bit of green pepper as well, which makes it really lively to smell at. And there are some delicious notes of dark cocoa and dark chocolate to the background. Wow, this wine has an incredible creamy texture. So there is a vibrant, zingy acidity that cuts through your palate straight away. This is, again, as I was expecting, very vibrant burst of raspberry and fresh blackberry fruit character, but there are also some very smooth, silky tannins coating your palate, and the finish leaves you salivating with a mineral, a slightly salty feel to the finish. So there is loads and lots going on, a big burst, an explosion of chocolatey, dark black cherry, a bit like a black forest cake. It is also going to be super food friendly for grilled meats opulent, tasty stews, rich dishes. I mean, for like a summery, rich herbal barbecue with, wow, I'm absolutely impressed. I mean, if you can find this for $25 or maybe $30, this is, to me, is a 91 plus out of 100 points. So wow, excellent value for money, adding that extra layer of complexity with the French touch and French subtlety to the wine, and absolutely a recommended wine. Let's move on to try Las Flors de la Pèira with vintage 2015. A blend of Grenache, Syrah and Mourvèdre, and I believe they may include a little bit of Carignan and or Cinsault, but in smaller proportions. So different grape varieties here. This is aged for about 18 months in oak barrels, but those are, I believe, pretty much only used barrels, so they don't want to push the oaky envelope on this type of wine, unlike the bigger, more structured wines that will deserve more infusion, more power from the oak. But this, again, the fruit is respected. The barrels here are only added to refine and soften up a little bit the wine furthermore. So let's see what Las Flors has to tell us. There is a big concentration of fruit. It is a bit riper as well, while this was all about vibrancy of fresh red berry fruit. This is a little bit jammier. The red berries, the blackberry are slightly cooked, more like a coulis sort of feel on the nose. A lot of herbal characters as well. You can definitely smell what we call here in France the garrigue, this mixed combination of rosemary and thyme that you find very commonly in the landscapes of Languedoc, and a bit of cocoa and chocolate, plus a touch of animal leathery character here. So you get this complexity from having these different elements into the wines, and there's definitely a lot of it here. Wow, again, the palate is extremely smooth, it's full-bodied, but the tannins are so silky. Languedoc, opulent fruit character. What's really stunning into this wine is, and I could perceive this on the nose already, is the complexity and the breadth of flavors that you find. There is loads and loads of chocolate and cocoa, but there is also a lot of clovey, sort of licorice character as well. There is some black pepper, there is lots of herbal tones as well. This is an absolute delight of a wine to taste. I'm stunned at how soft and elegant and smooth these wines are, still bringing loads of acidity and loads of opulence and quite a lot of tannins as well. So this is definitely for me the sign of different elements in a wine coming together in perfect, well, you know, nearing perfect harmony on your palate. They're hard to fault, these wines, if you like this type of herbal, fruity characters into your wines. This to me is certainly a 93, perhaps 93 plus out of 100 points. This retails for about $45 to $50 in the US. So, you know, again, if you can find this for $40–50, this is an absolute bargain of a wine. It's 2015, it's evolved a little bit already, so I suspect you probably would want to drink this wine within the next 5 years, but it's already fantastically enjoyable to drink now. It's got already a bit of evolution, so if you buy this now, it's already ready to drink. It's already slightly evolved and mature by time. While, you know, Les Obriers is a fresh and vibrant, zingy, fruity wine that you just want to enjoy right now, but I'm sure you can age it for 2 or 3 years. So two amazing, really stunning wines. I'm absolutely amazed at the quality of these wines for this kind of amount of money. I can't wait to dig into La Pèira and Matisat, which are the top 2 cuvées by La Pèira. This will come in the next episode, episode 37 of Tasting with Julien. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you soon in the world of fine wine. Cheers. Santé.